Salone del Mobile and Stir present Design Voices, Think Next, produced by Dog Ear.
Welcome to the live podcast from Salone del Mobile Milano.
We are Amit Gupta, Editor-in-Chief of Stir, and William Bagnoli and Charlotte Bräuer of QA Studio. What's happening today? What are the ideas spreading in the fair? Follow us and let us meet the protagonist.
Ludovico and Roberto Palomba for over 25 years have been designing products that go beyond trends. Their design aims to bring people together for a more democratic vision. They're making current worlds come together in their creations while preserving artisanal traditions. In a world that shouts from attentions, their language desires to become abstract to give lasting happiness and well-being. What was behind that project? What did inspire you?
Well, for us, first of all, thank you for inviting me to this conversation. I'm super happy to be here and to meet again some friends after such a long time. We can meet again in person. This is a fantastic thing for me. Well, Palazzo Daniele was designed as a challenge because a friend of ours that is the owner of Palazzo Daniele want to renovate this building. It's a very nice building in south of Puglia. And at the beginning, he was thinking to make a house for artists. He had a lot of friends from artists. And then another friend of us saw it and said, no, we have to make it like an hotel. So it was born with in a very emotional way. The design was completely emotional. It was not for hotel to be an hotel. But then our job was very simple. We tried to bring back this palace to his own history. Of course, many parts of this palace was ruined because it's a very old palace, and we had to reinvent some parts of this building. We also tried to give a sort of an idea of the guests. They were welcome as guests of the owner of the palazzo, not just people that was visiting or staying in a hotel. So, for example, we create the kitchen in the path to cross to go to the swimming pool. So when you're going to the swimming pool, you have to cross the kitchen when you can find a nice lady with a very nice cheeks that she's cooking, and she say, "Oh, okay, you want to taste this?"
Exactly,
they are super nice,
yeah.
and the people is nice because they go there and they see the food, they can test the food, and then say, "Oh, can I have the recipe?" It's very nice. So that was the mood we want to create. I think that today to design an hotel means not just to choose some furniture. I see many hotels now made by some colleagues also well known. They look like showrooms. That's exactly what I don't want to do. I want the people, if they want to buy furniture, they go to a furniture shop. If you want to go in a hotel in the south of Puglia, you want to brief the south of Puglia experience, and you want to come back with some taste, some smell, some emotion, perhaps some kilos more, because in Puglia you're going to eat a lot. But then I think that you have to bring back a real experience. And what we try to do as designer is to try to design this experience. It is more than select some design furniture that perhaps we design and put them into a room to make some business.
Mm-hmm. In your own words, as a designer, you say we create things that make life a little bit better, and beautiful. How would you describe your journey so far?
Oh my God, my journey. Frankly speaking, I'm a very lucky guy. I had in my life the chance to do exactly what I wanted to do since I was a student. So I have no time to think about myself, about what I'm doing. I'm just doing it. And I'm living really on the surface of my skin, the emotion that comes every day from this job. Today, the path we have done in our design is to try to be more and more conscious. Conscious means many things. Conscious of what the message we want to give, the wellness we want to give with our job. Because of course, we are not going to change the world. The world is such a bad place now in this moment, this particular moment. We can just make a better lifestyle, perhaps. This is our job, a very humble way. And what we try to do is also to be conscious, for example, on on environmental issues, for example. We are trying to th- to design in a more eco way. There are many things that we are involved in this moment, and well, I'm doing things. I'm not. Frankly speaking, I'm not thinking so much, perhaps because I'm stupid. Otherwise, I was an engineer instead of an architect.
Nice. And you also say
I say many things. It's better
essence.
that I shut up.
You talk about essence over access, and you say essence is much more important than creating things which are in excess. So how does that inform, and what's coming next from you in that?
First of all, I think that in these years we have been too much influenced by style. The word style was too much. When we were at the beginning with Ludovica, we were sitting in our kitchen in our old house, and unfortunately we were smoking a lot and drinking coffee. And we decide what we want to be and what we don't want to be. And this was a very dramatic choice, because when you're deciding that we were starting to be successful, and we were asking ourselves what we are, what we want to do, what is the message, what is the identity we want to give of our job. And we understood very well that we don't want to be stylists. We don't want to repeat a style, don't want to be recognized for a style. We want to be recognized for the quality of our job. And we were thinking watching the new stars that were rising at the time. We are talking about, or more or less 25, 30 years ago. And we were watching on the back of these stars. There were people like Achille Castiglioni, Vico Magistretti, designing things, thinking about the quality of the job, not thinking, okay, what is my sign, how the people can recognize that it's done by me, and so on. This is very important for me. The quality of your job must be must be recognizable as much as your style. Of course, we are, how can I say, able to design. We prefer some lines instead of others, but first of all, we are two people, so we have a larger, larger offer of signs. But this kind of freedom from myself, and this kind of impeño, I don't know, effort, yes, effort. In to give the best every time we take the pencil in our hand. I think this is the way we want to process in the future.
And how do you define and divide the role between
Ludovic
yourself and yeah?
She's the boss, and I just say yes. There was a funny picture about the Greek my fat Greek wedding. Yes, yeah. They were saying the women were saying the wife was saying because the man is the head, but the women is the neck, and the head goes where the neck wants. This is a little bit like this. She's an Italian woman with a very strong. Austrian roots, so I think it's the worst you can have in your life. If she hear me, thanks God she doesn't understand English, so I speak very fast. So I'm sure she will not listen to it. No, she's fantastic. For me, she's a muse. She's a partner. She's many things. And when you have the possibility to work for 30 years, more or less, together. At the end, you don't know where I start or she ends when she ends and where I start. As something that we learn a way to work together and be happy together, and of course, whatever we do, or of course when we don't have the chance to work together, for sure we show to the other one, okay, have a look what you think about. Or for example, I'm not sure about this detail, I'm not sure about what I'm doing, can you check it? Okay, perhaps you have to do this and that. And we help a lot each other, we share a lot each other. Unfortunately, the job is growing up very much. We have a lot of things to do, so we have to a little bit to do things together and things alone. So, but we still have fun. That is the most important thing.
Fun and no, I completely understand you, because I'm the same with my partner, and we inspire each other every day. But and beside your partner, what does inspires you when you when you start to think about a new project?
Well, you can find inspiration in everything. It doesn't depends. I think that inspiration doesn't depend on what comes around you, but what comes inside you. So you must be open. I mean, I can see something, and because I'm open, I can catch it. You can see the same thing, and you're doing the same job, but you will see nothing. It depends how much you are open. Inspiration is your desire to be inspired, and how much you open your mind, how much you open your heart, how much you open your feelings. For sure, when I design, I think, okay, is this product is better, is useful, there's a reason to do it, or if there is not a reason why I have to do that. Then people inspire me, their needs inspire me, travel inspire me for sure, because I know, I learn. I also agree, the more you know, the less you need. So perhaps it's a little bit against my job because I do goods. But I think my inspiration is inside of myself and my capacity to be surprised by life every day. This is very important for me. It's the truth.
No, okay.
I always say the truth when I work. Not when I don't work, it's better not to ask. I always think about myself, my job, like I'm designing what I call the onion. The onion means that life is made by layers, you know. The first layer is our skin, so the care we give to our body. Of course, the first the core is inside. So the first layer is the body. The second is the makeup. So how you want to look like. Because with the makeup, you can modify yourself. And then you have a third layer, and this layer is your dresses. So how you want to present yourself. And then on top of those layers, there is your home. And then there is your building, and then this is your neighbor, and then is your town, and then is your country, and so on and so on. All those layers are connected to the core. So they are part of the choice. Because if you are born in, I don't know, in a small town in Sardinia, and you didn't want to be a guy in Sardinia, you take your luggage, you pack your luggage, you go to live in Milan, as I did. So nobody forced you to stay in the place. So I was changing my core, my hometown. That was, I don't know which kind of layer it was. So every layer contributes to what you are. Even the layer that seems, I don't know, which is your favorite countryside or which is your favorite color of your dresses, but it's a choice that that the lucky people like me can do. And this is very important because it represents exactly what you are. And you know, this is what I think about. We have to see how much we are influenced and how much we influence those layers. Oh, it's a mess, my life.
So, coming back to Salone, we are back here after 3 years. What were you expecting, and what have you seen so far which has caught your fancy?
I've seen practically nothing because I was closed in the halls in my booths, the booths of the company. I have to say, I'm this year, as we're not in showing anything in the last 3 years. So we have so many things that we didn't show. So this year we are showing so many things. So I am running up and down from one brand to the other. And I've seen practically nothing. What I saw is the mood. The mood is, I mean, it's there is sun also when it's raining. I think this is the mood. The people, I saw people walking in the rain. It's a typical June because we had also some little showers. The people is walking in the rain like it's in the sun. The mood of Salone is catching everybody. The people is smiling. The people is funny. The people is living this Salone like before, even perhaps with more energy. For myself, what I expect from this Salone to survive, I think is the best thing I can ask to myself.
Yeah, we nowadays. Since you're working in a luxury field, and nowadays we're talking about sustainability, how do you match that in your projects? How can you make something For instance, the collection that you made for the brand, which is luxurious. How can you make it sustainable?
I'm changing a lot the way I'm designing. My generation was the generation that was the one who consumes more than any generation before. First of all, I'm not only working for luxurious brand. I'm working also from very industrial brands, like for example in bathroom fields, where we have a very strong control of all the environmental issues. Regarding the luxurious brand I'm working for, I have 3 rules, very simple. Durability. If you produce something with the big quality, you're not going to throw it away. So it's very important to understand the fashion fades. La mode c'est de mode. That's what Coco Chanel was saying. That was, I don't think it was not stupid. And so when you want to think of something that is durable, you have to make it with good materials, strong, able to resist the use and so on. And even you don't have to use a style that is trendy. You have to create values. Second point is disassemblability. This is a very important issue, because if you have a cotton t-shirt that is made in 100% recyclable cotton, and is 90% cotton and just one fiber in polyester, and you can't separate the fiber in polyester for the 100% cotton, you can disassemble it. So the entire t-shirt is not eco-friendly. So we have to design in the way that we can disassemble all the elements in order that we can recycle. That is the third point, or reuse, or so on and so on. So disassemblability is very important. And the third point is recyclability. So, for example, if we use in outdoor furniture, for example, we are using a lot of aluminum because it doesn't make ruggine, and this is important because then we can, if it's disassemblable, we can take back at the end of the life of this product. We can bring back the aluminum. You can put again in the circle of the production, and we can get it exactly as it was, like a new product. For example, we are using fabric made by recycled cotton or recycled PET, for example, that we are using fabric for the outdoor that is made 100% from the bottles of plastic, tons of plastic that you can find in the oceans. If you look around yourself, whatever you see around you is not, it doesn't rains every day, metal, wood, or glass, or concrete, or whatever. We are stealing it from nature, from Mother Nature. We are thieves. We steal every day tons and tons of raw material. So if we start to reduce this raw material with the more conscious products, if we start to recycle what we already used, first of all, we reduce the pollution, and then we do a better job, and I think we are doing better products. There is an important thing. Sometimes we think that things like ecology or recyclability and so on, they looks like trend. You have greenwash, green coat, or you can call it as you want. But this must be made by the law. What I would like is that the governments in the whole country, they impose us laws that you have to use materials in a certain kind of way. A product to be certified must be disassemblable. You must use those materials. You must be, I don't know what, and so on. But not only in the production, or not only in the goods, but also in the production. So many things to say about
that. That's very much needed. Whatever you said is exactly the need of the hour today.
It's true. Absolutely. Thank you very much,
Roberto. Thank you, Roberto. I think it was a delight talking to you. Thank you for being here.
Very pleasant. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
And
just myself.
I hope you enjoyed this conversation as much as we did.